Hi, everyone. And I am so happy and thankful for you to be joining me on this 7-week chakra journey. Some of you may never have heard of what chakras are before, and some of you may have already explored or done work with your chakras in the past and just wanted more information. And I became certified in chakra training 2 years ago, and I did a 7-week course called Journey Through Chakras about a year ago that went over really well, and more students wanted to sign up after the 7 weeks, and then the studio closed and I kind of never did it again. So with all the training that we've been getting this year and all the awakening and all of the influctuation going on with the planets and the universe, I felt called to do this class again. And instead of doing it live in person, which I could still do at some point, after speaking with some coworkers, some friends, some peers, I thought it would be best to offer an online workshop so that people not in the area could also get exposure and learn the benefit of what exactly the chakras are and how much it really affects what's going on with you physically, emotionally, spiritually, and how you can work with them and clear them so that you can be the best version of yourself. So there's a lot of information, and I'm going to condense it and try and put it into the easiest layman's terms possible. I'm videoing this, obviously, so you can go back and listen to it anytime. Take notes, maybe watch it for the first time all the way through, and then maybe the second time you might have questions that you can go back and rewind or fast forward and just write down what you need to know, like if there's a specific essential oil that you're looking for, or crystal that you're looking for, or spirit guide, archangel that you're looking for, or a pose that you're looking for, or sounds that you're looking for. You can always come back and reference this. So I'm trying to give you as much information I can without inundating you. I'll also follow up with a little PDF recap of some stuff that I want you to have that might be too much for you just to write down. It's easier just to print it out. What I'm going to just start out by saying is, I know everyone doesn't have access to a space that they can create to, kind of call it their own meditation space or their own practice space or their own alone time space. And right now I'm recording this because no one else is home. And I do have the fortunate ability of having this room that I was able to at least put together, things that make me feel homier, that make me feel more connected to spirit. So if you have an area in your room, in your bedroom, I lived in an apartment up until the last 2 years. And I just used my bedroom because I didn't have an extra room. But I always had like a little table with lights, and I have you'll see a Himalayan sea salt lamp here, and I know that's like the new thing. Himalayan sea salt lamps actually repel negative energy. They negate negative ions in the air, and they bring in positive ions. So when you see Himalayan sea salt lamps, really it is to release negative ions, negative energy in the air, and bring in positive ones. So they are decorative and they do serve a purpose. And I know there are a lot of yoga studios in Rhode Island. We have Rafa Yoga, and they have a whole sort of room that's just Himalayan sea salt that you can go lay in because it does remove negative energy from you. So in case you were ever wondering what that was about. I also like candles, and you might see some photos in the background just of my loved ones that have passed on. And I usually will light a candle and invite them to let them know that I think of them, I miss them, they're welcome here, and that they are not forgotten. And I have my yoga mat and just a yoga pillow that I'm sitting on. So just make yourself comfortable, whatever that is for you. It could just be sitting on a couch and watching me on your laptop. You don't need to have any of this, but it's nice just to be surrounded. I also have incense burning over here for the smell. And I'm going to go over the smells for each chakra with you. And while I'm thinking of it, let me just blow this out. So if you see smoke, it's just incense. Okay, so each time we start the class, I'm just going to start off by just clearing the energy and invoking just a little calming prayer to open up the ceremony, as I call it. And I would usually, when I teach yoga, I would start each class or each meditation just opening up the circle, welcoming in only our angels and guides of the highest light, our ancestors of the highest light, to be with us, to protect us, and make this a sacred space. So know that you're protected and you can relax and feel comfortable knowing that you're being held by the universe. May my heart be gentle, my mind be still and open, my spirit unshackled, my awareness keen, my consciousness clear, my nature giving. May I be a healing energy. May I be a benefit to all. May my life enrich others. May I know what matters and live in harmony with nature. And so it is. So the next thing I'm going to ask is, before we start going, is to just maybe shake your energy loose before start working with your chakras. Get rid of any negative energy, any energy that's stuck. Just loosening yourself up, shaking your head, rolling your shoulders, shaking your hands, your feet, your knees, your toes, and just loosening everything up so it's open. So when working with our chakras, our body is open and things can flow in and out. The next thing I'm going to talk about, only because I already spoke about the incense that I'm burning, is the essential oil associated with each chakra. So the first chakra that we're going to work with is the root chakra. It's the base chakra, and it's located at the base of your spine. So right at the bottom, right at the tip of your tailbone, bottom of your spine, you can sort of feel with the small of your back. That's your root chakra. And chakras are sort of funnel shaped, and they kind of like a cone, and they start out wide and then get narrow. So I guess this is the easiest way to show you. So they go like this. So the energy goes through you and they spin. And when they're not spinning, they get stuck, and that's when diseases, emotional imbalance and such can occur, and that's the things that we're going to talk about in these webinars. So starting with the root chakra, the color of the root chakra is red. So after you know what is involved with the root chakra, if you're feeling like you need clearing in your root chakra, one thing you could do is wear something red. Something as simple as that, a red piece of jewelry, red clothing, red shoes, I don't know, something red, jewelry. That would be something that could help you clear your root chakra. Back to the essential oil incense smell. The essential oils and smells associated with the root chakra are earthy smells, because it is the root chakra, which we'll go over. So the essential oils associated with this would be cedar wood, anything woodsy, or anything earthy. Also, it's not really a root chakra smell, but lavender, when applied, like when you're trying to sleep, especially to the soles of your feet, which is another chakra that is not one of the 7 major chakras that we're going to go over. I mean, there are millions of chakras, but there are chakras at the bottom of your feet as well. So you'll see some people when they're trying to get grounded that will use lavender, and that's okay too, because lavender grows from the earth, you know. So you'll hear people use lavender, but mostly it's woodsy smelling tones that are for your root chakra. Your root chakra is responsible for your sense of safety and security on this earthly journey while we're here. It breaks down into two Sanskrit words. The actual Sanskrit name of the root chakra is Mula Adhara. Mula Adhara. It breaks down into Mula, meaning root, and Adhara, which means support or base, hence being located at the base of the spine. It's the first of the chakras, like I said, and balancing the root chakra creates the solid foundation for opening the chakras all above that we're going to speak of in the following weeks to come. So imagine that you're laying down the foundation of a house and you're going to live in it for a long time, right? So as a solid foundation embodied in firm soil, that will provide the stability that you need to create a home filled with joy for years to come. So when you think of your body as your house, your temple that you're going to have to live in for a long time, you want to make sure that it's solid and taken care of. So it's comprised of whatever grounds that, you stabilize in your life. So this includes your basic needs such as food, water, shelter, and safety, as well as more emotional needs such as letting go of fear. These are all associated with your root chakra. When these needs are met, you feel grounded and safe and you don't worry. You worry less day to day. Whether you or not feel secure now often has less to do with what you have at your disposal and more to do with how safe you felt as a small child. It kind of, probably heard this before, but a lot of what we're going through now stems to what we grew up with as a child, how we grew up as a child, what we learned as a child, what our parents instilled us, our teachers, our religions, our churches. So if you grew up not feeling safe, then it's not your fault if you don't feel safe now. These are subconscious beliefs that are stored in your memory cells. And we'll get more into that as well. I don't want to inundate you. That could even be another whole entire workshop. So that's all, your first stage, your trust versus mistrust. And it's very closely related to your root development. As infants, if your caregivers readily gave you what you needed to survive with consistency, then you felt secure in the world. You felt that the world was a place that you could be trusted in and you could provide your basic needs. And yet if your caregivers withheld or delayed in giving you what you needed, or that it was not given to you consistently, then you may find yourself with first chakra blockages. Like I said, again, it might not even be anything that you're going through right now at this time in your life. This might stem back to childhood. But we're going to get all that uncleared, all unblocked today. We're going to fix that. So if there's a problem with an imbalance in your root chakra, you might experience anxiety disorders, fears, nightmares. Physical imbalances might manifest as problems in your colon, in your bladder. You might have some problems with digestion, with going to the bathroom, IBS, with lower back, feet, or feet issues, leg issues. In men, they may have prostate problems. So anything kind of from the root chakra down is associated with any kind of imbalances with the root chakra. Eating disorders could also be a problem if your root chakra is imbalanced. And there was something I wanted to say about that, about eating disorders, because people who have an imbalance, where a lot of us, I'm a health coach, and I think a lot of people that signed up for this workshop are health coaches or something in the nutrition field. And something that you might want to tell your clients is that it could be a blocked root chakra. So everything's connected here, as you know. Obesity, overweight, hoarding, material fixation, greed. Another association with an imbalanced root chakra would be laziness, tiredness, fear of change, addiction to security, rigid boundaries. So if you tend to have an overeater or somebody with an obesity problem, this could all be related to their root chakra, and they could be doing everything you tell them to do nutrition-wise. They could be working out, they could be drinking plenty of water, they could be getting the protein they need and not seeing a difference. and you teach them how to clear their root chakra, and you might start seeing a difference. There totally could just be a blockage in that root chakra. They might have a problem going to the bathroom that nothing is fixing. I personally, on a personal note, had issues going to the bathroom. I only in the last couple of years was it fixed, and it wasn't really until, honestly, I took this certification. And when I tell you, I went to so many specialists that could not find anything wrong. They made me swallow pills. I was only, gosh, my mom was still alive, so I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I looked like I was pregnant. My stomach was so hard and bloated, I could not go to the bathroom. It made me cry. It was like the worst feeling. It's like that feeling that you get when you can't sleep and you're so tired and you just can't fall asleep and you just want to cry. They did every test that they could. They had me swallow those pills that light up, and they would have me swallow 3 or 4 of them and go back every other day, and they would take an x-ray to see where in my digestive tract the pill was, to see how long it was taking things to get down, and they could not find anything wrong with me. They told me in the end that it was just that my muscle that pushes it out just wasn't strong enough. Like, I don't even know what that means. Nobody could give me any exercises to help my muscle push stuff out, you know what I mean? I started working with my chakras and doing some small exercises that I'll show you, and I'm okay now. Thank you very much. I'm okay. So a couple of things that you can do if you have a blocked root chakra, some easy, without getting into some difficult yoga poses, just some easy yoga poses that you can do if you have a blocked root chakra are just bringing your knees to your chest. And you can also do it lying down. I won't do it because I don't think you'll be able to see me, but I think you know what I mean. Just lying down on your back and bringing your knees to your chest and just holding them. If you want to take it even further, you can bring your knees to your forehead. And you could do this again, lying down or sitting up. Another thing you can do is, for women, we can do Kegel exercises. Just lifting your pelvis, just holding your pelvis up and down. Okay. And there's another one I can tell you too. There's another one? Just squatting. A squatting pose is good for the root chakra as well. Just holding a squat. With your legs too. So for men, knee to chest, knee to forehead, squatting position. Women, Kegel exercises, all help loosen up the root chakra. So we've gone through the asanas, the exercises, the smells, what an imbalanced root chakra is, the sound you're hearing in the background. Each chakra has a sound. So another way you can balance your chakra is with a sound. And the sound for the root chakra is Lam. L as in Larry, A-M as in Mary, Lam. So you hear the chanting in the background. Lam. Lam. And just putting your hand right in the front lower part of your body or right on your back and just chanting Lam vibrates your root chakra. I have it on YouTube playing in the background. You can just listen to that. You're laying in bed or getting ready, listening to Lam. That also helps balance your root chakra. For those of you that got your crystals already, you already know what some of the crystals are for the root chakra to help it balance. And for those of you who don't have crystals yet, some of the crystals that you can use to help balance your root chakra are a garnet, red jasper, black tourmaline, or bloodstone. So, and they don't have to be super expensive. I have a black tourmaline here. This is also black tourmaline. They can come in different shapes and sizes. Red jasper. They don't have to be expensive. Garnet's a little more pricey, and they don't have to be super big. I also, and I mean, you don't have to be at this level yet, but I also have a wand, a crystal wand that has all of the chakras crystals, so I can kind of just do a chakra balance on all of them. And when all you would do is take the wand and just go one by one in a clockwise position. I'll balance all your chakras for you while you're watching. And what you also want to do is you don't want to use your energy when you're balancing chakras. You want to use energy from source or creator. So you want to kind of hold it, not directly from you, but from source. Maybe even like putting your hand from source and turning it. Not to use up your energy. You don't want anyone taking your energy. So we'll just do a quick chakra clearing here. Okay, so again, those crystals, bloodstone, anything basically red or black. Black is also grounding and associated with the root chakra. So black tourmaline, bloodstone, red jasper, garnet. I was thinking of something else too. Even black volcanic rock actually is good for grounding. Clearly comes from the earth, very grounding. You have the sound, you have the smells, you have the crystals, you have the imbalances. You know some exercises now to balance your root chakra. I'm just going to give you some other ideas of how to balance your root chakra. So while meditation does connect you to a higher spiritual plane, it also serves to ground you. So you might not always be able to trust that the world will give you what you need to survive, but connection to your higher self and trust in a higher power than yourself will give you what you need to feel safe. So meditation is also great for balancing your root chakra and that safety. And we're going to do a meditation at the end here. It does not matter if you call that higher power consciousness, Mother Nature, God, spirit, connection to universal energy. It will always just bring you that sense of peace and stability. The animals in the forest have no idea if and when they will find food each day, yet somehow they just trust nature, God, the universe to provide it for them, right? Every day they're not waking up like stressing out and thinking about, God, where am I going to go today to find my food? They just get up and they find the food, and they don't worry about if the sun's going to come up or not, and they don't worry if it's going to rain. They don't have weathermen telling them, they just trust. So trusting and having trust in something else higher than yourself, a higher source, whatever you want to call that, is going to balance your root chakra. It's going to make you feel safe, and it's going to give you that sense of trust, okay? Another thing you can do is call in your archangels, the 7 major archangels. Each one is associated with protecting one of your chakras. They help remove negative energy, ego energy from your chakras as you engage in good deeds and loving thoughts. They taught me that we have 7 main wheels of energy that spin within our bodies. And the flow of this energy starts at the top of the head, which we'll get to last, and that's the crown, and works its way down to the feet. And each chakra is linked to each of the 7 main organs of the body. So like I said earlier, the organs that were associated with the root had anything to do with digestion and prostate and any of the organs located in the lower part of the body. Even the 7 sins, the 7 saintly virtues, and the 7 graces of love. So for the root chakra, we have Archangel Uriel, Uriel, if you want to look up Archangel Uriel. So what you would do is just instruct Archangel Uriel to earth and ground your energy through the base chakra. And the more diligent and aware that you are of fear arising, the more peaceful that you will feel. Negative energy feeds on fear and starts to shut you down on any positive action. So this mighty archangel heals you through humble devotion and reconnects you to source energy by anchoring the light from heaven to earth. So you can always call on Archangel Uriel, and like I said, it's Uriel if you want to look her or him. They're indigenous. Look them up. What else do I want to tell you? I want to give you some affirmations that you can say for your first chakra. And I'm going to actually post these as well so that you don't have to remember them. Okay. Here's some ideas for some affirmations. When you're feeling not safe, when you're feeling not trust, when you're feeling worry, anxiety, and fear. It is safe for me to be here. The earth supports me and meets my needs. I love my body and trust its wisdom. I am immersed in abundance. I am here and I am real. I honor myself at all times. I am now doing the very best for myself that I possibly can. I choose the present and fill it with fun, joy, and light. The universe is a safe and benign place for me to be. I am always protected and guided. I know that I belong. The universe supports my growth and development. The situation has taught me to be free and happy with myself. I take responsibility for who I am and how I choose to live my life. I honor my need for care, kindness, gentleness, and consideration. I am not a victim. I love and honor who I am. I am thankful for my life. I release all doubts and fears that block the way for love and abundance to come into my life. I am able to take responsibility for looking after myself in all ways. Like I said, I will send those to you. And the other thing I wanted to do was talk to you about the organs, the feet. A lot of people have lower back pain. When we go into meditation, actually, because we're going to be doing that, I'm going to ask you just to take the crystal if you have it. And so you can remember this going forward too, even when you're not working with this video. Taking your crystal for the base chakra, for your root chakra, and just placing it behind your back. And if it hurts, just placing it in the exact opposite space that it would be on your belly. So if this is your root chakra and your back, this is where you would put it on your belly. So when you're lying down. Why don't we get into a comfortable lying down or sitting up against something that you feel supported with your spine straight. And if you're lying down, removing your glasses, removing anything, if you have any hair clips or pins or bobby pins or barrettes in your hair, removing those, elastics, anything that will maybe hurt your head while you're laying down. And start taking some deep breaths. I'm also going to leave some links for some essential oils that you can purchase. There are chakra oils for sale. I also have a book on the essentials of the earth. If you're ever curious about, I have a lot of stuff that you don't need. Don't worry about it. You can always email me or message me too, and I can answer any questions that you have that talk about, it's a reference manual for using essential oils. And it doesn't matter what brand you use. Like I said, it's more about the scent and, you know, what smells good for you. But I will leave some links for that. And if you have questions about crystals, you can also message me, or I have a book called The Actual Crystal Bible, because I use them for so many things. But or you can even just Google the names of the crystals that I mentioned to you if you're not sure what they look like and you want to go purchase them if you don't already have them. And I'll remind you of these each week too, don't worry. So getting comfy. Let me change the music on this. Covering yourself with a blanket, putting a pillow under your head. If you have lower back issues, now would be a good time to maybe put a rolled up towel, blanket, or yoga mat under your knees for support for your lower back. Making sure your phone is off. Making sure you're in a place where you can't be disturbed. Give you a minute to do that while I just change the music. Taking in some deep breaths through your nose, blowing out any negative energy through your mouth. Now inhale deeply and hold the breath for 3 to 4 seconds, and then exhale slowly. And keep doing this 5 or 6 times, and then allow the breath to follow a relaxed, comfortable rhythm. Continue your easy breathing rhythm for a while. Become more and more relaxed and peaceful. Move your attention to your scalp. Feel it relax. Move your attention to your neck and shoulders. Feel the tension disappear. Allow your shoulders to drop. Move your attention to your back and spine. Feel the tension just leaving your body, melting away. Move your attention to your legs. They feel relaxed and comfortable. Your entire mind and body feels warm and relaxed. And take a long, deep breath. And as you exhale, move your attention to the base of your spine and imagine a ruby red chakra glowing iridescently. The warm red glow of the chakra calms you, and you feel serene and safe. You feel grounded and unshakable, like a huge boulder cradled by the earth. You're standing in a forest surrounded by a huge ancient oak tree. These trees look so solid, so grounded and attached to the earth, drinking in life-giving water and energy from the soil. You wish that you could have that same sense of connection and strength. Sitting on the forest floor with your back against one of the solid oak trees. Keep focusing on your root chakra and imagine that it is transforming into a crystal tree root with that familiar, comforting red glow. Feel it starting to grow downwards, searching for the earth's healing energy. Keep breathing slowly. And with each breath, feel your root burrowing deeper and deeper into the ground. Your root is strong and powerful. Rock is no barrier. Feel it becoming stronger and stronger with each breath. It is inextricably drawn down to the earth's core, the source of the healing energy that it craves. The closer it gets, the more secure, strong, and connected that you feel. The closer it gets, the more you feel a sense of anticipation and heat. Your root is glowing brighter and brighter, and you feel the heat as it approaches its destination. Finally, your root reaches the barrier of the earth's core. Before proceeding further, relax for a minute with some more deep, long breaths to calm your excited feeling and to allow your root to absorb as much energy as it needs. Now imagine you're at the base of a snow-capped mountain, rising high into the sky, and in front of you is a large opening to a cave. The red buds growing at the mouth of the cave sway in the gentle breeze from the bushes and reflect the warm sunlight falling on them. The rays of the sun streaking in invite you to enter the cave. Step forward and go inside. You notice that the cave has smooth walls and a high ceiling with warm, gentle breeze making you cozy and comfortable. Walk in further and notice your surroundings. You see the path opening into a large, almost circular room with a big rectangular stone lying in the middle. A gentle beam of light slipping in through a small crack in the ceiling bathes the stone with a warm glow. You walk over to the stone and sit on it. Sitting cross-legged comes effortlessly to you. You begin to feel a part of the mountain. You look deeply anchored and rooted to the earth. You feel safe. You see the earth supporting and nourishing your entire being. Now see your first chakra spinning and gaining strength. As it spins faster, a ruby red light washes over you and pervades every cell, every pore in your body. Breathe deeply and feel the energy funneling down to the base of your spine. Rest in this awareness. This is your home. Stay here for as long as you like and come back as often as you need. Breathing deeply in and out, resting your awareness on the base of your spine. And when you're ready, gently rise from the stone, walk out of the room, through the passageway to outside of the cave. Look back at the mountain and feel one with it, thanking it for helping you feel safe, secure, grounded, thanking it for being there for you to return to anytime that you need. Thanking yourself for taking the time to care for yourself, for grounding yourself, for caring for yourself, for trusting the universe, for taking care of your basic needs, for coming back home. And when you feel ready, you start to make any small movements, wiggling your toes, coming back to the place that you're sitting or lying down, feeling safe, secure, and grounded. And if you feel like blinking your eyes open and carrying on with your day, You can do so knowing that you're safe and protected, and you have your archangels, and you have the universe that has your back. Or you can continue to lie here and bask in the warm red, ruby red heat in the base of your spine, taking care of all of your needs, all of your worries. Namaste. See you next week.